All right. I'll keep it short. I just broke 100 subs a while back, and now it's 112. And I was thinking I should make some kind of video, but the settings didn't save. So I just thought that it's been like raining for 2 weeks. I've had nothing to do, and it was a summer sale, and I got a few games, and I have a lot of games that I haven't even played yet. So I was thinking I'll just start playing something. And this is something that I've never played before, so everything that I'm playing is going to be blind. Also, they're all going to be pretty much point and click. I think like most of my subs are probably from Kenshi, or then they're dead already, like back from 2007 or some shit. So I'm not sure who this is aimed for, except for me. So let's just start the game and see how it goes. I have no idea what this game is about even. I don't like looking at stuff, but let's try it out. So I'm from the age of point and clicks where they had verbs and everything. I don't think they do that anymore. But they might. We'll see.
Miss Bateman, welcome back to Ticehurst House. It's been quite some time. Terrible weather this evening, is it not? Nurse Blaketon has had enough of me smoking inside. Makes her cough, you see.
Makes you cough
too. A bit of rain won't kill me, will it? You mustn't be interested in me nattering on. Give my regards to your father. Nurse Blaketon is preparing his supper. You look pale, Miss Bateman. Do head inside. You'll catch your death out here.
Dearest Mother,
I think I have to click.
I hope this letter will reach you. I have spent these past years in torment, trying to piece together what remains of fractured memories. What I am about to recount to you will seem beyond comprehension, but I beg for your patience. I will endeavour to explain the events that led me to Ticehurst House that night. As far as I can recall, this whole wretched story started with the receipt of a letter from a Mr. Leonard Shoulder. The letter brought me to the isolated village of Bewley, deep in the moors. No station master in sight. I hope the village isn't too far away. I can't recall our exact meeting place. Mr. Shoulder mentioned it in his letter.
Okay. Left click to walk, interact, right click to examine, inventory menu. Move your mouse cursor to the top of the screen. Left click on inventory to select it, right click to examine it. Right click to deselect. Pretty intuitive, I think. Right, double clicking. Autosave is nice. Okay, spacebar. Interactable hotspot. Hotspot, so it's sort of. I'm gonna say this and then I know I'm gonna get stuck, but I sort of like to just try and find the hotspots rather than use something to click them. But I think it's good for the casual player and stuff. But I hope I won't be tempted or anything to press that. But to summarize, I think there was something wrong with her when she went into the house because she didn't say anything. Obviously, she can speak now. So her father is, I guess, sick. There's a nurse taking care of him. And then her mother is alive somewhere. And a Mr. Shoulder sent a letter to her to come over somewhere. I'm not sure who she is or what she does, but we're probably going to figure that out in a moment.
Bewley. I have great expectations for this, Barrow.
So maybe she's like an archaeologist, or then she's like into some sort of paranormal or something.
The post looks unattended. A door of fine construction. Hello? Hello?
Okay, let me just have a look at this. Oh, we have money.
I have 6 shillings and 2 pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me.
I can't remember how they work. Actually, about a month ago, I just watched a video about it, and then I sort of zoned out. I can't remember, but it's probably not that much even, and I guess this is a Victorian era game.
A gift from my mother. It bears my initials, TB.
Tuberculosis. Oh, right, here it is. So, I'll read the stuff that is not read by the game. So, dear Miss Bateman, I write this letter in the hope of piquing your curiosity. I read about your expertise in barrows, and if I understand correctly, you are writing a book on them and the treasures they contain. I live in the village of Bewley, where a most special barrow can be found on the outskirts. It is rectangular in form and is certainly tall enough to stand up in. The place is steeped in local legend, and there is rumor of secrets to be found deep within. I hope you will not misunderstand me and find this letter intrusive. If you wish to visit Bewley, and excavate the barrow, I will be pleased to be your guide. Please send your response to the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. I shall await your letter. Yours respectfully, Mr. Leonard Shoulder. Oh, there's someone there. Dear Miss Bateman, marvelous news. I shall meet you at 8 o'clock in the evening on the 14th of this new month at the Plough and Furrow Inn, Bewley. The inn has fine rooms which you will find adequate for your short stay. When we meet, I shall tell you more of the circumstances surrounding the site, which is referred to locally as Hobbs Barrow. It is not located on my own land, but we will have no issue gaining permission to excavate. I wish you a safe journey. Okay. So, still, archaeology would be the...
I must make my way to the Plough and Furrow Inn.
Would be the logical thing. Let me talk to the woman.
I swear she was not standing there a moment ago. The tracks look quite untarnished. I don't think many trains come through here.
I don't know, untarnished tracks would be a place where a lot of trains go to, I guess.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'm looking for the Plough and Furrow Inn. Do you know where I can find it?
Ah, young lady. Leave the station and follow the dry stone wall for around half a mile. You'll come to Bewley. Go straight ahead and you'll find the market square. The inn is t'other side at square.
Thank you very much.
Well, maybe, I don't know. I sort of tend to, it's been a while since I played adventure games, but I guess the older I get, I tend to skip more dialogue just to, you know, keep it more natural. But I think I'll just ask around a little bit just to get used to the sort of the idea of the game and see if there's any hints about this new area that we're getting into.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Well, it used to be a thriving village. Not so much now. I don't spend much time there these days.
Are you local?
Ah, yes, a local I am. But I don't live in the village.
Where are you travelling to today?
That would be none of your business, young lady.
Quite. Apologies. I wish you a pleasant journey.
Okay, that's enough. Already made her feel uncomfortable. So I was thinking following this wall, but I guess it's this one.
What brings you to Bewley?
That's none of your business, madame.
I beg your pardon?
What brings you to Bewley, miss?
I'm here to visit a local landmark, Hobbs Barrow.
Hobbs Barrow? Well, I can't say I've heard of it. For what reason?
I wish to excavate it.
Grave robber, are you?
Not at all. I merely have an interest in antiquities.
Not much to be found in Bewley, if you ask me. You're better off waiting for the next train back to the city.
I'll take my chances.
Can't say I didn't warn you.
That was odd.
Yeah. And it reminded me of my grandma. She never spoke directly about anything, but she always had some sort of ulterior message. Well, in we go.
A humble dwelling. A humble dwelling.
Yeah, a couple of houses. So there is a church here. Stable.
A finely made horseshoe. The blacksmith must also be a farrier.
I've never heard of a farrier, but I would imagine it's what did she
A
say?
finely made
The
horseshoe.
blacksmith must be
The
a
blacksmith must also be a farrier.
Alright.
The blacksmith looks closed. This appears to be the forge of a local blacksmith. The bucket has seen better days. Perhaps this belongs to a merchant. The anvil looks heavy.
Yeah, and apologies if you hear some random noises around, because my mic is sort of really sensitive to all noise, but then not that sensitive to noise right like next to it, so apologies for that. It looks sort of weird when it's moving like that, but I appreciate the effort though and the graphics.
A local dwelling. The sign is in a shabby state, but the shop appears to be a cobbler's.
You got nice shoes.
Quite an ornate construction. This was created with pride and care.
No, keep moving.
The building is in a dilapidated state.
And so is the whole village, I guess. I would imagine that it's because of some sort of weird activity and not because people are moving into cities or something. Not sure how it worked during this era, but keep looking around.
the Plough and Furrow Inn. The inn where I am to meet Mr. Shoulder.
Yeah, I could go look around a little bit, but I'll just go into the inn.
Plough and Furrow. I have a bit of time before Mr. Shoulder arrives. I should inquire about a room.
If he's gonna let me in. Probably gonna bum some money.
These flowers look pretty. Someone must take good care of them.
So this is probably going to be important later on. So I'll just do the natural thing and walk in, ask him to move.
Hello there. What's the young lady doing out alone in this sodding weather?
I'm heading to the Plough and Furrow.
Bloody good pub, that. It has the finest ales in the whole county. Oh, I'll take you there if you like.
I believe we are standing directly in front of it.
Oh, so we are. Listen,
Yes.
give us a kiss now, won't you?
Oh, that's handsome. Is there a slap button? Oh, there we go.
Wouldn't your wife disapprove?
My wife? Bloody hell, my wife! My tea'll be on the table at this hour, and if I don't get back, she'll be roaring. Until we meet again.
What a buffoon.
It's the female experience.
I should speak to the innkeeper about a room. A fine exemplar of inebriation. A rather miserable-looking fellow. He's playing a board game by himself. I think it's Three Men's Morris. They are engaged in an intense discussion. A decorative plate. This one depicts a bull. A decorative plate depicting a serpent.
Yeah, these are going
A
to be
decorative plate. This one depicts a cat.
probably going to be important.
A
And
decorative plate depicting an eagle.
my memory sucks, so... Well,
A decorative plate. This one depicts a dog. A decorative plate depicting a bear.
maybe I'll remember some of them.
It's a crudely painted scene that appears to be of a biblical nature.
Adam and Eve and the apples. Oh, the original sin, I guess.
A pixie-faced peasant boy, painted in a naive style. The painting depicts a rocky-edged lake. A small bronze plate states the name Lake Cubilius.
Alright.
The innkeeper is a serious-looking man. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lass. How can I help you?
I am in need of a room for the night.
Aye, we aren't short of those. One night, is it?
I shall need at least 2 nights, maybe more.
Aye, 'tis not a problem. 3 shilling per night. That includes your dinner and tea.
A fair price.
I'll need that payment up front for the 2 nights.
3 shillings.
I have 6 shillings and 2
Right.
pence. My assistant Kenneth is bringing more funds tomorrow. I don't like travelling with too much money on me. This is payment for the room.
Thank you. Can I ask for your name, lass?
Thomasina Bateman.
And will Mr. Bateman be staying with us tonight?
No, I am not wed. My assistant is arriving in Bewley tomorrow.
Your assistant, you say? Will you be needing another room?
Please.
I'll keep a room spare. It's not quite as nice as yours, I'm afraid.
Not a problem, sir. I'm sure it will be adequate. Kenneth is a man of inexpensive taste.
Here's your key. Just go through the door to the right of the bar, then up the stairs. Room number 2.
Thank you.
Can I help you with your luggage?
No, thank you, sir. I can manage. I should go upstairs and freshen up before Mr. Shoulder arrives.
And I probably would have said I'm married just in case, because of the drunk and the guys lurking around her.
A colourful work depicting a bashful knight. It is signed N. Hamley. This painting shows a Rubenesque figure brushing her hair. Quite unusual to see such a sensual work in a room like this. A majestic animal, cut down in his prime. The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals. A biblical scene of some kind. An angel is depicted looking longingly to the heavens.
So, there might be some biblical references or religious themes, perhaps, mayhaps. We'll see.
I do not need to use the lavatory. A dreadful smell is emanating from the WC.
I forgot where the room was.
This shall do nicely. Time to change into something more comfortable.
Pants.
Much better.
Alright.
The wardrobe looks old, perhaps 100 years or more in age. I've hung my dress inside. Aside from that, the wardrobe is empty. A sturdy-looking thing, useful to many a weary traveller. I've stored my case in there, a box within a box. A decrepit set of drawers. Jammed shut. The wood must have warped over the years. Ah, complementary matches. Useful. Ah, complementary matches. Useful.
Okay, so oh.
There's only one match left, though. My evening light shall be provided by this solitary candlestick. As the only light source in the room, I ought to leave this here. A decorative plate depicting a goat.
All kinds of animals here. So, dog, eagle, not sure what the... Can't really think of a theme right now.
A painting of surprising quality. It portrays a rocky outcrop overlooking a vast moor, perhaps a local landmark. A jug of water for drinking or washing. An empty bowl has been provided for washing. I don't wish to carry the bowl around with me.
And probably not the jug either.
This may come in handy.
What? Fine. Alright. So we're in the room. And I think she said tomorrow or the next day, or no, in the evening when the assistant arrives. So there's time to walk around. Walk around the village. I sort of feel like I should talk around, or talk with locals and then walk around. In some games, there's like a certain amount of time or a certain amount of actions that you can do before something happens, so you don't have time to go through everything, which is sort of nice, but I'm not sure if it's true here. So this guy's just sitting around playing games, this guy's drunk, these guys are talking, so I'll just go outside.
I should wait here for Mr.
Oh.
Shoulder.
Fine. Maybe play a game.
Good afternoon, sir.
Note for you here.
I beg your pardon?
I said there's note for you here, lass. Be on your way.
Charming.
I'm very welcome.
Good day, sir.
Nice place.
Hello, sir.
What?
I'm waiting here for a man named Leonard Shoulder. Do you know him?
I don't. Do you, love?
Never heard of him.
There you have it. Now clear off.
Him.
Hello, sir.
Right,
Do you know a Mr. Leonard Shoulder?
you're not local. You've come on that bloody train, haven't you? Bewley's going to dogs.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
We're a proud community. I've lived here my whole life. Not much here to interest folks like you.
Folks like me?
Aye.
You goddamn city folk.
I take it you are not enamoured with the railway station.
Bewley's gonna be swarming with outsiders, like you. We don't want you coming here. It's as simple as that, lass.
Why not?
This is our town, our land.
I assure you I am not here to cause trouble.
We'll see about that, won't we?
Yeah, probably I'm gonna cause a lot of trouble, but, so I guess the tracks were new and that's why they were shiny.
My name is Thomasina Bateman, and you are...
None of your business, lass. Where's your husband?
None of your business, sir.
Ha! You're brave coming in here, all on your own.
I'm a grown woman.
I'm Cyril.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Cyril. Do you know Mr. Shoulder?
That be none of your business, lass. I don't come to your city poking around asking questions, do I? Man just wants to enjoy his ale in peace.
Bye for now.
Ta-ra, lass.
Maybe he'll be more friendly because it's his job. But yeah, I'm getting the theme of this village.
Miss Bateman, you've transformed.
I feel far more comfortable in my outdoor clothing.
You look like one of those explorers you see in the newspaper.
I guess you could call me an explorer of sorts.
I'm Stanley. Stanley Kemp.
A pleasure to meet you, Stanley.
And tell me, I trust your room is adequate.
Most adequate.
Excellent.
I'm looking for a man named Leonard Shoulder.
Aye, I know the man.
I'm to meet him here tonight.
Can I get you something to drink while you wait?
Not yet, thank you. What can you tell me about Mr. Shoulder?
Aye, he's a quiet fellow. He only comes here to check his post.
Yes, I've been corresponding with him using this address.
Have you now? You found yourself an admirer.
Not quite.
What business do you have with old Leonard, then?
Well, if you must know, I am what some people call a barrow digger.
A what?
A barrow digger.
What in God's name is that?
Are you familiar with tumuli?
Afraid not.
Barrow is another word for tumulus, or tumuli in the plural. A profoundly interesting subject.
You've lost me.
I excavate ancient burial sites looking for relics. A barrow is traditionally a circular mound of raised earth enclosing a burial chamber.
Oh, aye? You're a grave robber.
I am no such thing.
Don't worry, lass. I've met all sorts in here over the years. I won't tell anyone.
I assure you, my goal is more noble than petty grave robbery.
What sort of relics do you find, then? Gold? Silver? Bones?
Well, rarely gold or silver, but treasures certainly. Ancient pottery is the most common find. I've been excavating barrows all over the country. I'm documenting my findings in preparation for my book. It shall be called Vestiges of the Antiquities in Rural England.
Oh, aye. Very interesting. But what does old Leonard have to do with this?
He sent me a letter in which he told me about an unusual barrow in Bewley, a site called Hobbs Barrow. I'm meeting him here this evening to find out more.
I've lived here nigh on my whole life, and I've heard nowt about a Hobbs Barrow.
So either they're just sort of being evasive about it, or then everybody knows and it's kind of set up for the whole village just turning on me at some point. Let's ask about the barrel a little bit.
Are you sure you've never heard of Hobbs Barrow?
Not in my life, lass, but I'll tell you something. The moors stretch further than the eyes can see once you leave this village. There's no doubt many a discovery to be made.
Mr. Shoulder said the Barrow is well known locally, a place of legend.
I'm afraid you're going to have to speak to him about it. Why are you interested in digging around in the dirt, lass? Haven't you better things to do with your time?
I enjoy nothing more than the thrill of discovery, uncovering the past and piecing together our history. I inherited this passion from my father.
Oh, a barrow digger too, eh?
Indeed. He would take me with him on excavations as a child.
Does he still come with you now, on your own adventures?
I'm afraid my father's been bedbound by illness for many years.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that, lass.
Thank you, Mr. Kemp. He is well looked after at a private hospital.
Yeah, they're sort of digging a little bit into me, which is, relatively normal, but still sort of sus. I mean, there's a few things, like the mound is rectangular. Place of legend. I don't know why. Like, well, sure. I guess he would lie to just get me here to excavate something and then, make it bigger than it actually is. Or a bigger deal. But, let's go about him first.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Kemp.
Well, I've been the proprietor of this inn for the last 16 years. I worked as a drover all over the country in my younger days. Saved up my coin and bought this place.
It's a fine inn.
Thank you. I often run short of ale, but my rooms are rarely full. We don't get many outsiders wanting to stay overnight here in Bewley.
What can you tell me about Bewley?
Aye, it's a quiet place. People keep to themselves, work hard.
I look forward to exploring the village tomorrow.
There's not a lot to see, lass. But St Edmund's Church is a fine building, worth a visit.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
Mr. Shoulder should really be here by now. I'll sit down and wait. Where on earth is he?
Maybe it's the
What a waste of time this is turning out to be.
old guy right there, maybe. No. Oh, he's not him.
Evening there, miss.
Not you again.
I just wanted to apologise for earlier. I got home, had my tea, but it gave me an aching belly.
How so?
I felt bad for how I spoke to you. I'm sorry. The drink gets a hold of me sometimes.
Let's start again, shall we?
My name is Arthur Tillett.
Thomasina Bateman.
What brings you to Bewley, anyway?
I'm here to meet someone, but he has not arrived.
His loss, if you ask me.
Perhaps you know the gentleman, Mr. Leonard Shoulder.
Oh, I know Mr. Shoulder all right. If I may be so bold as to say, he's a bit long in the tooth for you.
The relationship is not what you're implying. I've never met him. In fact, I know very little about him at all.
Get me an ale and I'll tell you all about the old sod.
Yeah, it's telling me what to think. It's helpful, but stops me from thinking, I guess. Because I don't have that much money, if any, left. I don't want to buy him a drink because he is already drunk and he just told me how the drink gets to him. So this whole conversation might be just him wanting to get a free drink, and he doesn't even know the guy. So yeah, I wish there was an option to politely refuse.
Must I really buy you a drink for this information?
Please,
Are you sure it's wise to have another?
please. Don't you want to hear about old Leonard Shoulder?
You drive a hard bargain, Mr. Tillett. As you wish.
Thank you very much, Miss Bateman.
How can I help you?
A tankard of your finest ale, Mr. Kemp.
There we are. 2 pence, please.
Thank you. This was the last of my money, but Kenneth will be here tomorrow with more funds.
Alright, tomorrow. It's not good. Because that's not enough for even a ticket back, I guess. Water it down a little bit.
I'm not sure what that would achieve. That's a peculiar idea.
Right click to deselect.
Here you are, Arthur.
Thanking you. Oh, that hits the spot, that does, lass. Now then. Old Len. Leonard Shaw.
Arthur? Mr. Tillett? Oh, for heaven's sake. The man is in a drunken stupor.
Oh, what the hell were that for?
You passed out, Mr. Tillett.
Oh, sorry, lass. Where were I? Leonard Shoulder. Hold on another minute. I'm making for a piss.
Oh my god.
This man is unbelievable. It feels like an hour has passed. Perhaps I should go in there and check on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's something you want to do. Let me just see if I can tell.
I can't think of anything else to talk about right now.
Ask him to go in there. Alright.
Miss Bateman? My apologies. The ladies are closed due to faulty plumbing. You'll have to use the gents.
Lovely. Mr. Tillett?
Alright, sounds like something's wrong. Is it the back door or...
I can see it's still raining out there. I can't reach the window from down here. Is Mr. Tillett in there? It sounds like someone is in there. A cold draft is leaking in from under the door. This leads outside.
Alright, we'll start with a door that probably doesn't have him inside.
Mr. Tillett? Mr. Tillett, are you in there? The jug is empty. The water looks highly questionable. I ought to keep my hands out of it. It looks like the towel has not been washed in months.
Because this is like, has bad idea written all over it, but we gotta, just can't jump back on the train, so.
Mr. Tillett, are you in there? Well, you're not Mr. Tillett.
Why would he run away?
The mangy thing is fast asleep.
Yeah, he didn't seem friendly. Can I get past him?
The door opens a crack, but appears to be blocked from the other side. I think I can hear someone moving around. Mr. Tillett? Arthur, are you out there? Judging from the draft coming from below, this door must lead outside. I should investigate further. The door is blocked. The door is blocked from the outside.
Right. So over to the alley we go. Oh. Moment. I can't take it. long stick would be good.
Excuse me, sir. Sir?
What the fuck is wrong with these people? The light just went out.
The old man has disappeared into the darkness. I'd best turn back to the inn.
Well, I think I saw him just walking around there. So someone's awake there, and they turn their light off, probably because we're moving around here, so let me just check the alley.
A single glove is lying in the mud. The post has been embellished with a fine bronze bust of a horse. The post has been in sturdy-looking barrels, no doubt used to store ale. It's the small window to the lavatories. Surely Mr. Tillett could not have squeezed through that gap. A beam of wood is propped up against the door, barring it closed from the outside.
So, if we remain logical, he went out, blocked the door, and left, probably.
A pearly white gent's glove. It's certainly unlike anything Mr. Tillett was wearing.
Someone came and got him.
Seems rather out of place here. Peculiar. Someone has wedged the door shut. Mr. Tillett. Why would he have done that? Did Mr. Tillett leave, then block the door behind him? Something strange is going on here.
Yeah, you bet. Alright, so I didn't keep the stick. So, I feel like somebody maybe... Because he was too drunk to really make any plans. So... Or plan anything like this, or then he was pretending, of course, but... someone got him, took him home or somewhere else, and then blocked the door so that, you know... waste some time at least. That's what I'm thinking.
The mirror is coated in a thick layer of grime.
Alright, let's see if Shoulder's arrived.
Last orders.
I should get some sleep. Finding the missing men of Bewley shall have to wait for tomorrow.
Most definitely.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, he didn't speak to me before either. I'll just talk to him, just ask if Shoulder's been around.
How can I help you?
Have you seen Arthur
And
Tillett?
Tillett.
I thought he were with you.
He went to the lavatory and has not returned.
That sounds like Arthur Tillett. Don't worry, lass. He'll be back.
Thanks for your time.
As you were.
So I probably can't walk outside, but I'll...
The inn is
I'll try.
closing soon.
Yeah.
And no Mr. Shoulder. I should get some sleep and find him tomorrow.
Alright, so I'll go to sleep, and then end the first episode here. I'll carry it on straight away, but I'll keep it in parts because that's more digestible. But yeah, this is I guess a 100 sub adventure thingy. I would imagine that just leaving comments on the video about anything is good. Just don't spoil the game. I'll read comments. I guess maybe I'll upload a few episodes before, and then I won't be reading the comments until the game is finished, because you know sometimes people spoil things, and I don't like being spoiled, because it's been a while since I played anything like this, and I think I've played through all the old point and click games that I really want to play. So Really appreciating the new generation of these. But I'll leave it here and go to bed.
Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep. A lovely place to warm oneself. The crackling fireplace is more welcoming than the facial expressions of the locals.
Okay, now I'm going to bed.
Kenneth will be arriving tomorrow at midday. I should get some sleep. Yes, I must get some sleep. I shall track down Mr. Shoulder tomorrow.
Miss Bateman,
Yes?
off to bed?
Yes. I'm afraid Mr. Shoulder's let me down.
The rotter. Perhaps he will make himself known tomorrow.
I should hope so. This is turning into a waste of my time.
Ah, don't mind the locals, miss. It's just that we don't get a lot of visitors in Bewley.
Quite.
They mean well, believe me.
Sure, Mr. Kemp.
Please, call me Stanley.
Good night, Stanley.
Sleep well, Miss Bateman.
Such horrid dreams. Bolted from the inside, just as I left it last night. As I suspected, I must have dreamt of that wretched-looking cat. I must say I'm relieved. Right then. Let's see if I can track down the elusive Leonard Shoulder. I'm rather anxious to get to this Barrow. I also wonder what happened to Mr. Tillett.